Welcome back to Great Day. Started by just a handful of employees in a chaotic time, today Acadian Ambulance Services is the largest employee-owned private ambulance service in the country. Because of their reputation, the chance of employment after training with them is around 95%. Anya Thibodeau with Acadian Ambulance Services and Nija Thornton join us with the advantages of training with them, whether you want a job for a while or a career for life. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Anya, you were married to a medic for the last 20 or so years, and so you understand that connection.
I do, yes, absolutely. It's very important to the community to be able to give back and be there for those guys whenever they need us.
Yeah, there's a lot of collaborations that go on here. There's a National EMS Academy. Tell us how you two interface.
So National EMS Academy is one of the umbrella companies of Acadian Ambulance. So it's our education program. So through that we offer EMT and paramedic classes throughout the Texas market.
Yeah, and a lot to brag about here. 20,000 plus students have been through the program, a higher pass rate than the national average, and that's so important when we're looking at emergencies and taking care of people in their toughest times.
That is correct. We are only one behind the California school that creates the most paramedics in the country.
There are a lot of people out there who are looking for change of careers or starting careers, and this is one that you want them to consider. So how does that work when we talk about like entry-level courses?
So we've got a driver's position, which is an entry-level position, and then your first credentialed position is going to be that EMT class that we are out here promoting today. So it's a 12-week hybrid course where we put you through EMT school, and then we can offer job placement while you're in the second half of class to get you out into the field and working.
Yeah, we have talked so much about how there are some people who go off to the four-year college, and that's great, but to do what, right? And that there are so many other things to do. And we also realize that sometimes people go straight into the workforce doing whatever they can because they don't have the time to take on education and training. So you make it convenient because there's online coursework too.
Correct. So it's a hybrid course. It's mostly online and then 1 day of in-person skills in Baytown. And then also while you're in EMT, you can actually go through paramedic class to advance your career. And it just gives you the flexibility while working your 12-hour shifts that we work around your paramedic class courses.
Yeah. And Nija, you were like nodding your head because you understand what that's like. It's trying to figure out what are you going to do next, and can I do this and build on a career. So tell us what your situation was and why you decided to join this team.
So I was looking for a job in healthcare. I just finished medical assistant school, and all I know is that I wanted to help people in whatever may that be. Acadian offered that to me by offering free EMT training. They said this would be a great place to start your career, and it honestly was.
Yeah, and I like that whole point, to start your career. You can stay right there if you want to, but there are other things that people can build on. So from where she is right now, what are other things to build on?
So Nija's actually going to sign up for our paramedic class that starts in May. So she's going to become our next generation of paramedics. And then from there, if you wanted, you could go into a supervisory role, a management role. As a paramedic, you can also go into flight if you wanted to do flight. And then paramedics also have the opportunity to do a bridge gap for nursing school if they wanted to do that.
How important was a flexible schedule for you?
Super important. All I know is I guaranteed wanted to return to school to continue my education and a nursing pathway. So this was perfect because I could go and become a nurse completely debt-free by working with Acadian if I do that paramedic to RN bridge program.
Yeah, you just said something that's so golden right now, because again, another topic of conversation is how people are graduating from school $100,000 in debt. And so that way you can work in a field that you love and have that level of experience, which is great for a resume too, right? In your business. And wanting to be a nurse, understanding another side of medical teams. So a day in the life for you is what?
So a day in the life for me is I get to my station, I grab my gear, I check off my gear, I inventory my truck, and we wait for our first call from dispatch, and we're on the road for those 12 hours.
Yeah.
You never know where you might end up. Every day is different, but it's super exciting. I love the impact I make on my community. I love it.
Yeah, and Anya, I'm going to back up a minute, because a lot of times when people see like this service, they think it's all the result of a 911 call. There are other types of transports that you do as well.
Correct. So as a private service, we do a lot of inter-facility transports. So when a hospital has an emergency or they need to transport someone, they don't call 911. They call a private ambulance service. And so they call.
Like when my mom, she fell and broke her arm.
Correct.
And so I had to take her for surgery. So at the time of taking her for surgery, it was not a 911 call, it was a scheduled pickup.
Right. So the hospital will call, schedule that pickup. We'll take those patients to another facility. Sometimes it's a wait and return, or sometimes we'll drop them off and then another crew will pick them up later on in the day and bring them back to the original hospital.
Yeah, okay, we hear all the time how in the medical field there's a constant hunt for good employees. So who are you looking to enroll?
You have to be 18, you have to have a high school diploma or a GED, and you have to be willing to work and serve your community. It's not an easy job, but it's very fulfilling for sure.
And now's a great time.
Now is a great time. Our classes are discounted to almost 68%, so it's only $600 for that tuition for that 12-week course. And we do offer sign-on bonuses to cover that tuition if you were interested in a return of service contract.
Yeah, and again, the requirements?
You have to be 18, have a high school diploma or a GED.
Yeah, and after completion of the course I mentioned earlier, and that's so attractive, is that there's a high probability that you're going to get hired, maybe by y'all.
Correct. We hire at least 95% of our students that apply.
Okay. What do you think the benefits are beyond job placement?
So the benefits are honestly just the impact I make on my community every day is sometimes making that patient smile or making people laugh or honestly just being there for people in whatever way necessary. And I'm glad to say that I'm trained and I feel confident after leaving the National EMS Academy in order to do that.
Yeah, yeah. And of course with this job, it's going to help you become Nurse Nija.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Nurse
I like
Nija.
that.
Yeah, Nurse Nija. Okay. Well, if you've been thinking about a career in emergency medicine, take advantage of this opportunity. Tuition, as she mentioned, is just $600. What tuition is $600 these days? That's more than 60% off, making it easier than ever to get started. The next National EMS Academy course kicks off March 10th right here in Houston. Don't wait to apply, so apply today and become a medic, or just where you apply. Apply today at becomeamedic.com. Apply today, becomeamedic.com.